Hi everyone. I wanted to chat with you today about this book called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. And I started reading it as I entered my 30s. And I think it's a book that every person should read going into their late 20s or in their 20s going into their 30s. I mean, I guess it's the type of book that everyone could read at any time in their life, but I specifically thought that this would resonate more with people in their late 20s, early 30s. So it's obviously 101 different essays with a whole bunch of different topics. This author, Brianna West, is quite famous for doing these types of non-fiction personal development books. It's the first book that I've ever read by her. And I mean, you can see these are all the essays that I particularly enjoyed. And I highlighted a lot. So if you go through you can see that, I highlighted quite a few sections. I didn't do any annotating in this book. I didn't feel it was necessary. This book has, it's too much to annotate in my opinion. But it's nice to know that I can open it up to any page on any essay and see that something resonated with me. So, for example, let's stop here, which is on one of my favorites. You can see I put the star. So it says, this is essay number 60. It says, how to become the kind of person who deserves the life you want. And the things that I've highlighted is wanting is the ugliest thing you can do. It keeps your experience in a state of not having, as well as living to work as opposed to working to live is not a quality of life. Things are not split into times in which you're doing something that other people can quantify and times you're doing nothing. It's all important. Your deepest revelations happen in silent moments with yourself. So I thought that it was quite, I wouldn't say it's life-changing. None of these, I would say, I read this a couple of years ago. So I'm now 35 and I read this when I was 30, 31, I can't really remember. And I read it very slowly. I'd like to tell you that I read one a day. Total lie. But that was the idea, to read one a day. But maybe it was one a day every day, and then I wouldn't touch it for 2 weeks, and then I'd read another one, and then I'd not touch it for a month. So I went through it slowly, and I'm really glad that I read this book. So is it the most life-changing personal development book that you've going to read? No. But there are tidbits in here that you can take away and implement into your daily life. But even now, I can't remember every single thing that I read here, but it's nice to know that I can open the book, see what I highlighted, and try and see if it still resonates in the same way, or at least knowing that, when I was in my 30s or early 30s, that there was something that made me think in a certain way or helped me view things in a different way. So if you're looking for a personal development book that's very easy to consume, that you can do it bit by bit, because I find that some of these self-help books are a little bit overwhelming. They're either too much or they're not enough, or, it's difficult to, bring into your life, whatever it is. I find this to be a very good option if you are just beginning in this sort of genre of reading. Otherwise, let me just tell you one more time. It's called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna West. If you have read this book, let me know which one was your favorite. I'll tell you some of my favorites. I circled them. So everyone is highlighted and all the circles are the ones that were my favorites. For example, my favorites are 2, 11, 20, and 21. So 4 of maybe the 10 that were my favorites. Okay guys, that's it for today and I'll catch you soon. Bye.